733
ESPN 106.3.
WESPN on Good Karma Brands radio station.
What a weekend of football. You got SEC teams going down big, and you got the Dolphins winning in Madrid. What a
From the Energizer Levine Accident Studios.
The man you're
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
you're a different animal and the
Live on YouTube. What I do. Here's Theo Dorsey.
good. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are back at it. Voice a little bit snotty. He's in an area where a little change of weather. A lot of yelling and cheering over the weekend in Minneapolis for the boy. We bounce back. It is Motion Monday here on Theoretically Speaking. It is November 17th. On the other side of the glass, joining us for you is CCAT. That's happy to be here. We wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Well, for both of us, we come out of town. We can check out some NFL action. And a Trevor Bank Stadium. Why they named it. Look at that. I did not see that coming.
Gotta say,
About Jacksonville, they own being
like it is New Orleans without the reputation and the tourism.
That's exactly what it is. I see what you mean. We were in Jacksonville for the Florida Georgia. So you weren't able to make that trip, but you've been to Jacksonville before.
Yeah, this is the different game day setup. I've never been to the time Jaguars game before.
You went to a bike town game?
Yeah, I went to Ravens Jaguars Sunday Night Football.
Oh, okay.
A little bit different feel when you're the only show in town and you can enjoy the 1 o'clock slate to 4 o'clock slate and then undistracted after the primetime game.
That's
But
the
yeah,
thing. Because we pretty much sold out on the 1 o'clock slate. In person. I was in for Bears, Vikings. I was able to watch the man who they call 9. Almost finished the job against the Chicago Bears.
seems fair to say they call him 9.
Yeah,
He called him 9.
Yeah.
So they reluctantly went along with it for 2 weeks, and now they don't call him 9 anymore. And if they do, they're making fun of him. That's what it sounds like
That is-
for JJ McCarthy.
Well, and they still call him 9. It just is a bit it's a bit sarcastic, if you will. But no, you know what? Some of the Vikings fans in the stadium were calling him 9, and I don't think they were being sarcastic because they had
Really?
horns on.
Oh, that's a great. Both you and I got to take a look at the fan bases up front in person. Right, we've
Yeah.
gotten used to Dolphins fans. There is a heavy layer of cynicism when it comes to Miami Dolphins fans referring to their own team because they have good reason for it. They've had 25 years of not winning a playoff game. That wears on a person. That wears on a fan base. But Vikings have had recent success.
They just had 14-win season. Trust me, I heard about it a lot of times. We'll get into why I kept hearing about it, but I heard about it a lot of times, and they will not let you forget it.
And the Jaguars played in a conference championship game within the last decade.
And Jalen Ramsey, he's
Yeah.
back in the news.
So
He's back in there.
did he spit? Spit on him.
I love that Jacksonville team, by the way. Blake Bortles, Jalen Rand. They had Tevin, what was his name? Coleman, the linebacker.
Mhm.
They had some dogs. That Allen Robinson.
So being able to look at these fan bases in their eyes, being in the belly of the beast and seeing how they see things, hearing and understanding how they feel about things, it is something we should do more often. I got to be honest. We live in our own media, sports elite bubble where we're not emotionally attached as heavily as the people that are listening and watching us are. And I think it's a shame sometimes.
It is. It absolutely is. And that's why it's fun to be a part of that camaraderie. It's fun to enjoy the games in person, in the stands, with a brew in one hand and a balled up fish chanting chants that you just learned 5 seconds ago with the other one. Like that's the way to take in a game. And then one thing before we get into the intricacies of it all, we're gonna do panic meters here across the league because now that we're 11 weeks into the NFL season and we have some contenders who are on the outside looking in, who are literally in places where it's going to start feeling desperate pretty soon. We want to talk about which teams actually are hitting the panic button on this Motion Monday. I did want to go back to something that you experienced. So I've never been to US Bank Stadium, the Minnesota Viking Stadium, which by the way, it was a spaceship. It was beautiful. It's probably the closest experience or as a stadium, it's the closest experience I've had to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, which the differentiator there is the jumbo, screen that they have. Like,
Mhm.
that thing is irreplicable, but I love the roof that they had on the stadium. It allowed the sun to still pierce in while it being indoors in Minneapolis. It kept you warm, but it still felt like an outdoors game, and it was very modern. It was spectacular. One thing I will say is I was there from before the kickoff till after the horn sounded and the Bears won with the game-winning kick, and the beer guy only came to our section once.
Ooh,
One time.
I never leave that up to chance. I don't think well, I don't drink beer, so my options are
Had
very
other options.
limited, but even when it's those novelty, like, margarita drinks that are in the tall test tube styled thing at Yankee games,
Yeah.
I don't leave that to chance. I buy stuff in the concession stand on the concourse. I don't wait for it to come to me.
Right, you don't wait for it, but I did buy at the concession stand, but that was a point of contention for myself and the other Bears fans that I was surrounded by, in the midst of Viking fans, as we were trash talking each other. At some point, it was like, "Hey, y'all ain't got a beer dude coming down here." He came down like 3 minutes with, like, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. He came down once, sold a few, went back, never saw him again.
Wait, so that was like a point of your trash talk to Vikings fans
That
is
just
you
was about
guys
the stadium.
can't staff this section
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
let alone your pass game struggling.
Well, I mean, that was happening as well. 2 for 1 special, if I may.
Wow, I kind of appreciate going low. It's a
Yeah.
below the belt hit.
I mean, come on, man. When you're going against 9, you gotta find a way to get a hit. By the way, 9 on our YouTube at ESPN South Florida. I just saw a good visual of 9 on our replaying of the Bears and Vikings game. And yeah, I will say in person feels even worse than watching it on TV. Those balls lose a lot of steam after they come off of 9's fingertips.
Oh, yeah. 9, who we're referring J.J.
JJ
McCarthy as,
McCarthy, for those at
the
home.
last time we saw him play well outside of 1 quarter in a primetime game was, I don't know, with a dominant rush attack with the Michigan Wolverines, who did not need to throw the football in the second half in 1 or more of their big games, and, by the way, may or may not have known what the defense was doing before the play happened because of sign
Oh,
stealing.
he did know. That was the whole thing. He's a Michigan man. Michigan men cheat. When you get to the NFL, you're not allowed to do it as much. It's harder to get by. So JJ McCarthy is and the Minnesota Vikings are I actually at the game, as I was watching this game and I was watching the Chicago Bears, who despite some of his inefficiencies, I do believe the Bears feel confident that they do have their guy. They might be struck by some of his limitations, but Caleb Williams is going to be the Bears guy going forward. On the other side of the field, you have a guy drafted in the same draft class as JJ McCarthy, who still has a lot of questions to answer. And I made my list of 32 NFL teams, and I just simple, plain and simple here. A yes, a no, and a maybe. When you talk about if they have their guy at quarterback, and the Vikings have yet to climb out of the maybe spot. And I don't think that's breaking news to anybody, but would you say that Caleb Williams is pretty much cemented as the Bears guy, likely for the next 10 plus years?
Whoa, 10 is a long time.
10 is a long time. He's 22, 23 years old.
I can't say 10 right now.
I mean, what
I
do
can
you think
say
with the relic?
3. I can say he'll get one more contract from the Bears.
He is so hard to take down. He's so evasive. Sometimes it gets him in trouble because then he'll take an even worse sack or he'll fumble the ball. But other times it extends plays in a way in which the Bears offense can kind of work off script. So that was pretty good and interesting to see in person. But also it strikes me as a little bit concerning that before the season kicked off, CCAT, you talked about it. The Vikings were not confident in J.J. McCarthy, and you saw it up close and personal in Minneapolis, where he He had nothing, and somehow, some way, it's very Tebow-esque. It's very Tim Tebow-esque that somehow, some way, despite his struggles all game long, in the fourth quarter, the dude has been lights out. He has. Like, J.J. McCarthy is performing. Remember his debut? Who was that against?
That was against the Bears.
And in the fourth quarter, after doing absolutely nothing for 3 frames, he scored not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns to cement a win for the Minnesota Vikings. He did it again a couple of weekends ago, and he almost did it this past weekend, yesterday, when the Vikings needed a touchdown drive. He drove the field in a matter of like a minute and a half, and he found Jordan Addison in the corner of the end zone. Like, that is – he did that as 9, but if Herbert, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, if any of the guys that we actually have real faith and confidence in did that, then that would be what's leading SportsCenter. We'll be talking about how they are the gutsy comeback king and they cannot be stopped and they are inevitable. Like, J.J. McCarthy has had multiple moments like that. The issue is, what the hell is going on between his ears on the other 3 quarters?
You tell me. You had the front row seat, or maybe a seat. You were in the stadium.
I was in the stadium. Yeah, I wouldn't. It was really nice seats. Now, here's the thing, too. I got to address the elephant in the room, C-Cat. I do. Because when I hopped on Instagram, just a matter of 30 or 40 minutes ago, checked my DMs, and I saw that there was not 1, not 2, not 3, but a bunch of people berating me.
You said they're people?
People.
Oh, I
people.
would describe them as
teammates.
losers.
Some of them teammates. I mean, often losers. Some of them teammates here at ESPN West Palm, berating me and heckling me for the fact that I went to a Bears game with my father-in-law and his brothers, his uncles, with a little family trip up there to Minneapolis to hang out with some Chicago brothers, to catch a game. And in support of them, with the brethren on the fellas trip, I said, all right, I'll throw the Bears cap on. I'll throw the Bears cap on. We'll sit in the seats. We'll have a good time. We'll cheers. I'm not going to wear any Chiefs gear. I'm not going to be that guy. Despite what I will say, at US Bank Stadium, C-Cat, there were 3 teams represented. And this was weird to me. I saw, obviously, a lot of Vikings, a lot of purple. There was a lot more Bears fans than I expected, despite how close Chicago is to Minneapolis. And I know there's probably a lot of people from Chicago that live out there. A lot more Bears fans than I expected at that game. But I saw at least 10 people with Chiefs gear on.
Huh.
Like, are they the new America's team?
Yes.
They kind of are. Like, especially after the whole Swiftie revolution.
It's also not really like calling someone America's team right now is more tongue-in-cheek. It's not saying that we, America, love this team. It's just that there's a high percentage of non-people from Texas that were Cowboys fans.
Right.
And right now, I think there's a high percentage of Chiefs fans that are not from the area or have no other reason outside of recent success / the Kelsey Swift.
But what I will say is most of them were like grown-ass men.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
tough.
Like,
yeah.
like in their 50s or 60s. It was a little weird.
Huh.
Because also I'm like, it's cool for you to be Chiefs fan at this game. I am as well. But sporting your gear to it as well, it kind of raises my antenna up a little bit where I think, okay, if this was 10 years ago, do you still wear that Chiefs hat? You know?
Good point.
And what are you trying to do? Spark conversations? I don't necessarily understand that move all the way, especially at a division rivalry game, wearing your Chiefs gear between. You ain't got nothing to do with this.
So you didn't wear Chiefs
Did not
gear.
wear the Chiefs.
You wore a Bears hat to the Bears-Vikings game when you went to the game with a bunch of Bears fans, people that you like / love.
Yeah, I will say. And again, they comped the seats for us, or for me specifically. They also welcomed me in on this isn't like a one-off thing, right? It wasn't like, hey, come up for the Bears game. My father-in-law and his brothers and a couple of his close friends, they annually hit at least one Bears game every single year. That's like their fellas trip. So if sometimes it's a road game, sometimes it's a home game. They pick it out on the calendar every year. This year, they decided it would be Week 11 in Minneapolis because that's where the in-laws stay right now, and it'll be Bears-Vikings, a game that, by the way, the Bears climbed to 7 wins, 7-3 in. So that's actually a really pivotal game for them, and they got a couple of winnable games coming up, so they might actually – that record might start looking real pristine real soon.
First place Bears.
First place in the NFC North Bears thanks to the Lions losing to the Eagles. So they invite me out there to the fellas trip for the first time. This is my inaugural invite.
Nice.
To the fellas
you got
trip.
the tap on the shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting there. I'm in the dugout. I'm chilling.
You are happy to invite it.
I was actually a little bit shocked. I was a little bit shocked. I was astonished. I was shocked. I was happy, but I was grateful to be invited on the fellas trip. It was a great weekend. I lost a lot of money in poker, got my ass kicked in spades left and right, but I bared down, watched them Bears win with them. So I didn't want to wear any Chicago Bears gear. Beforehand, I teased them. I said, I'm going to wear my Chiefs gear. And I got a lot of negative comments in the group chat. I decided, you know what? Inaugural fellas trip, I ain't going to be that guy.
You're not a dictator. Like, you're not dictating what goes on, the conversation. No, you're going with the flow, and slowly but surely, you'll weave your way into the fabric of this guy's trip. But right now, it's your first invite.
First invite. And I don't want to be my last invite because I came up here being and it's a difference, too, because I understand what the Chiefs represent. Like, let's say if I was hypothetically a fan of, like, the Raiders. It's like no harm, no foul.
It's like, look at him.
Yeah, it's like
he's had it bad.
I might show up and give you a hug.
You're so strong.
You're kind of a jerk pulling up in Chiefs gear to a game that you ain't got that your team is not playing in 2025 right now.
Two, relatively speaking, Minnesota as a sports city struggling in general, just haven't won the big one.
Yeah,
and the Bears, just football wise, it's been a while.
It's been some long time.
Show up in your shiny car, with your shiny shoes, with your $1 million outfit. That's really what it kind of symbolizes.
It's a look at me move. It's a, hey,
I've got what you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'm not going to wear any Chiefs gear. Instead, what I did was, in solitude, I wore a shirt that just said Chicago, no team bases on it, wore a jacket, everything was cool, no hat, had my shades on, I didn't want to be seen. I pull up to the car in which we were going to roll out there in. And they were like, yo, it's time to take a group picture. Let's take a group pic right quick before we roll out. This is my wife's pops now talking. And he's like, hey, before we do, he runs over to the trunk of the car, grabs something out. I'm like, damn, I know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what he's about to pull.
You're the only one that doesn't have paraphernalia on, I assume.
Everybody else I saw a Devin Hester Bears jersey, which I love as a Canes fan. We had the Urlacher, of course, represented. Had a Justin Fields jersey. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Very interesting choice. Goes to the back of the trunk, pulls out a Bears cap, slaps it on my head.
Oh, he put it on your head.
Yeah, we put it close enough, and I said,
Okay.
Sorry.
If he put it on your head, you can't remove it.
That would be disrespectful,
exactly. That's like, get this off of me.
If I knock it out, he'd be like, all right, cool, you staying home.
Right, exactly.
Really looking forward to seeing the Viking Stadium. Throw the hat on. I hop in the picture, and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, I know what people are going to say. I know what's going to happen around this, but to be 100% honest with you, felt like one of the guys.
You had to. Theo,
felt like one of the guys.
Every DM you got, I hope that they spill their coffee this morning.
Yeah.
I hope that, I don't know, a bird poops on their windshield.
Come on, man.
I hope something bad happens to them today that inconveniences them greatly because they are hating from outside the club because they would 100% accept the invite that you got.
Oh, yeah.
And they would 100% to blend in with the crowd and to make everything nice, easy, and together they would wear that hat.
Come on, dog. And this again, as a Chiefs fan, I ain't got nothing against the Bears or the Vikings, so it wouldn't have mattered to me either one of them. I actually love the city of Chicago, especially in the summertime. And most importantly, the feeling I had of feeling like one of the guys trumps all of that. So I sported that Chicago Bears cap proud. The most ironic and weird part of it, though, is now I am Bears fan in enemy territory. So despite me being the one guy hanging out with 10 other Bears fans, kicking it, going into the stadium.
You simultaneously alienated yourself.
Yes. So I was out here having to defend the Bears to strangers. I'm dapping up random Bears fans outside of the stadium. Bear down!
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, bear down, baby.
I don't know much about World War, but like, yeah, you were in enemy territory. You might as well have been American in these situations, like whatever. I don't know if you were French.
Right, yeah. I think they had some problems, yeah. But I was cosplaying a Bears fan. So by the time the game-winning kick went through the uprights for Santos, I was actually emotionally invested in it because I had been going back and forth with this old dude from Minnesota for the past, 2-3 hours of my life. I became entrenched in Bears Nation, if they call it that. So 3 things for Vikings fans out there since I hypothetically rode the wave to a win on Sunday. Number 1, the Skull Chant. You know the Skull Chant where they do the whole –
Yeah. It looked really cool when who was leading it? Kirk Cousins, probably.
Yeah.
It looked really cool when they would have the shot from behind where he's leading the
Case
fans.
Keenum, I think we had a lot of that from
Yes.
on that run. C-Cat. That was the wrong button. You know what it was? It was laughing. I thought I would be overwhelmed. I thought, because remember how, was it New Zealand that had the ritual that's kind of Nordic and they were doing all of the slapping on the ground and during the Olympics?
Maybe. I was thinking about the haka dance.
Maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You always see it come Olympics
Iceland,
time. Yeah.
Iceland. That was entrancing. Like watching that, I thought I was going to have that same feeling like, oh man, this is going to be great. I actually recorded the fans doing the skull chant. Very, very like blah.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to hit. It didn't hit. They did it multiple times, never hit. They just banged the drum twice and then they clap and say skull. It has no punctuation to it.
Gotcha. So when you led a "We Are Penn State" chant when they were here for the Orange Bowl, that trumped the skull chant?
God, blew it out the water.
Good. I needed reassuring there.
If a "We Are Penn State" chant was walking across here, you're walking, across these screens as we sit on Rosemary Avenue, that's a stop and look.
We are.
That steals your attention. The skull chant, man, they can do 20 of them things. Wouldn't pay it no mind. It had no aura. It had no vibe to it. I thought it was going to pull me in, and I'm in the midst of U.S. Bank Stadium in a rivalry game. You got 9 warming up on the field. And they tried to play the skull. The skull ain't really hit like that. So that's number one. Number two, I don't give a damn how many times you tell me that the Vikings won 14 games. C-Cat, we all saw them get their ass whooped as soon as they stepped foot in the playoffs. And we all saw y'all cut Sam Darnold and let him walk to another team, and that team is a top 4 seed right now in the NFC. So the 14 wins in your last 2 playoff appearances have been an absolute dud because it was that, and then it was the Kirk Cousins year where you lost to the Giants in the first round. Vikings fans, I actually start to feel some of your pain because it feels like you keep getting flirted with, but nobody's taking you home to mama. Very sorry about that. And then lastly, what I'll say is you have a real problem on your hands with J.J. McCarthy. Like the Vikings are actually in a bit of a I don't know if they understand how much of a panic state they should feel like they are in right now. We got Mike Tannenbaum joining us here in about 20 minutes or so, former GM of the Jets, former VP of football operations of the Dolphins, current ESPN NFL insider. He was a big pro J.J. McCarthy guy. And I used to tease him about it. And then I started walking some of it back because I could tell that Kwesi, the GM of the Vikings, and Kevin O'Connell started really kind of feeling it. They started really investing in J.J. McCarthy being the future of this team. And I started walking back my jokes on him being a J.J. McCarthy guy because Mike T was also a Mac Jones guy. And that's starting to work out. But I do think that if you are a Vikings fan, if you are invested in the future of the Minnesota Vikings, a lot of that is tethered to whether or not J.J. McCarthy is adequate at the quarterback position. And CK, you said something in the group chat after that Vikings-Bears game yesterday, talking about Justin Jefferson, that kind of made my skin crawl. And you're right. Jay Jettis is in his prime right now, and he is trying to handle this as maturely as he can. But if that's the level of quarterback play he's going to get, that's the level of inconsistency he's going to get, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to tolerate that.
Because it's been well documented the decision that the Vikings made when Sam Darnold could have been signed by them, stick with the guy that got them those 14 wins last year, stick with the guy that really came out of nowhere for most of the country when they drafted J.J. McCarthy. It looked like he was going to be the answer. Nope, preseason injury. So we're stuck with Sam Darnold. Note, Sam Darnold's been really, really good last year, and he's been good this year too. And also, Sam Darnold is turning Jackson Smith-Njigba into a possible MVP candidate with the numbers that he's putting up in Seattle right now, where that could have been selfishly Justin Jefferson and unselfishly the Minnesota Vikings in back-to-back years.
And it is the wrong day to be, talking about Sam Darnold stock because he had the 4 interceptions and he was the reason the Seahawks lost despite that defense being great. But all season long, he's been really good. And the Vikings have had shoddy play at best at quarterback. So we'll get into all of that. What we wanted to do today, I just tells from the Viking Stadium, tells from the Bears getting the win, and a deflection from the haters who are mad at me because I had a good time. I want to get to the panic meter because one thing I will say is, as good as it felt to ride the wave of that Bears energy with the fellas and enjoy the win in spite of the Vikings fans and walk out of that stadium victorious. It was absolutely terrible. It was gut-wrenching to then be sitting in that house full of Bears fans who had the win and be the only one emotionally invested in Chiefs Broncos, sitting there on the couch. Maybe I got what I deserved.
Yeah.
Maybe I got what I deserved.
So, Theo, I'm going to
Chiefs,
put you on the stand.
Yeah.
I'm going to read you a football team, and you've got the panic button in front of you on the top row.
Sounds like this.
You're going to tell me if this team will be hitting the panic button at this point, nearly complete with Week 11 of the season. You know what? I'm not even going to say Week 11. Maybe the team isn't competing in the NFL. Who's to say? First up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coming off a 44-32 fun back-and-forth game where Josh Allen was just too much. 6 total touchdowns. The Buccaneers are first place in the NFC South, 6-4 on the season, but they came up short on the road and are now on a 2-game losing streak. Are you hitting the panic button on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I can't do it. I won't do it. You want to know why?
Why?
They're in the NFC South. And the bar in the NFC South to clear right now is the Carolina Panthers. And the Carolina Panthers, despite Bryce Young having the game of his career this past weekend, the Carolina Panthers are not any team that anyone would fear in a serious way. You look at the Buccaneers schedule, of course, it could get ugly on Sunday Night Football at the Los Angeles Rams as you continue to try to get more healthy. But after that, they got the Cardinals, they got the Saints, they got the Falcons, the 3-7 Falcons, and then they get to play at Carolina. They get 2 more games against the Panthers, and those will be the games that decide the division and decide that playoff spot. So if you're a Buccaneers fan right now, you got the better quarterback, you have the better total package and overall offense. You have to believe that at the very least you can split with the Panthers and get a win over the Falcons and the Saints, and you're in the driver's seat right now. They still have the lead. Bucs are fine.
Okay, cooler heads prevail in Tampa Bay. But you mentioned the NFC South, and you mentioned Bryce Young, franchise record 448 yards. Who did he do that against? Oh, the Atlanta Falcons, who are third in the NFC South, and their record's really bad at 3-7. But they've shown promise defensively until last weekend. But there's also some troubling injury news. Michael Penix Jr. hurt, possibly out for the year. We saw Kirk Cousins come in and finish yesterday's game. Drake London, possibly lower body injuries. The team next is the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, no.
Duck, cover, hide. It might be time to put them brown paper bags over your eye and cut out the little eyes so you can see through it, but you might not want to see. Maybe the Falcons fans should do the brown paper bags and not cut out the holes for their eyes.
You don't want to watch those games?
You don't want to see those games. You don't want to see the rest of the season. You know what you really don't want to see now that the Falcons are 3-7, C-Cat? You don't want to see who owns their first-round pick.
Oh, no. Who's that?
Because it ain't the Falcons.
Oh, man.
It's the Los Angeles Rams. So not only did you trade that first-round pick within your own conference to a team that is going to be really good next year, you also do not have it yourself, and you likely are going to lose more games than you win closing out. The Falcons might have traded away a top 10 pick. The Falcons might have done so all while realizing that Michael Penix Jr. might not be the guy, because they're not in the yes column. They're not in the no column when it comes to do you have your guy, but they are certainly still in the maybe column. And Michael Penix Jr., you ain't going to find out whether or not he's him if he is sidelined for the year. The Falcons are in extreme panic mode right now, man. I don't know what the hell it is about those Carolina Panthers, but when Bryce Young see them dirty birds, he has his way. Remember, it was the back in the last year, too. Darted them up. Made them look silly. Earlier this season, 30-0. Blanked them. And then again, he has a career day against the Falcons. There's something about them dirty birds that get Bryce Young up off his couch and get the hooping.
All right, we're hitting the panic button on the Atlanta Falcons. I present to you a team that hits close to home, and you alluded to sweating this game out. In the 4 o'clock slate yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs. 5-5, third place in the AFC West. They took their latest loss against the first place team in the AFC West, the 9-2 Broncos on the road. Are you hitting the panic button on the Chiefs?
This one hurts. This one hurts, CCAT. I tried to bake up as many excuses as I could, but there are none. I tried to come up with a way in which to deflect and act like I was all good and it was cool. You know how tough it was? Sitting on that couch, watching this game, just tether away. They're cracking. Bears fans are cracking jokes at me. Bears fans. And I can't say nothing. I'm supposed to say, oh, we got 3 Super Bowls last season. That's not, they ain't do nothing about this 5-5 record. The Chargers are still ahead of the Chiefs in the AFC West. The Broncos are now 9-2. And the biggest issue with the Broncos being 9-2 and getting this win over the Chiefs is it's also the confidence that it gave them. It wasn't just a win. That win counted for like 3 wins for them because a young bunch, a second-year quarterback, and Bo Nix feeling like he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, and this offense which got Rashee Rice back, which did not make a move at the deadline to get a running back in-house to help their run game. This offense, it's got some issues. Issues that I don't even think Patrick Mahomes can clean up on his own, especially not against an elite defense like the Broncos. I look at the Chiefs' schedule. Of course, they still control their own destiny. They can't afford to lose. They got 7 games left. Can't afford to lose 2. You got to go 6-1 in those last 7 if you want to make sure you make it to the playoffs. Can't afford to lose 2. You're home to the Colts this coming weekend. It's got to be must win, right? It's a must-win game for you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it feels like every game you're going to spit at me feels like must-win because they won't win all if the odds are likely to it.
And then you're at the Cowboys on a short week, Thursday Night Football. That should be a track race. You're home to the Texans on Sunday Night Football the next week. Again, an elite defense. You get an elite defense. If you thought the Broncos were a problem, watch what happens with Will Anderson, the one chasing you down. And Derek Stingley, this guy in the backfield. They didn't even have Patrick Surtain. Then you're home to the Chargers, who look like a mess right now because their whole offensive line is depleted. Should be able to get over the Chargers. You get the Titans. I mean, they might as well forfeit the rest of the season. They're not trying. You're home to the Broncos on Thursday Night Football, another short week, and that's the game that I'm going to circle in Sharpie. Because for the Broncos, they could be in position at that point where they don't necessarily need that win, but they're going to be going all out to ensure the Chiefs have as little chance as possible to make it into the postseason. That's going to be a big-time game. And then you wrap things up Week 18 against the Raiders on the road, which is always a dogfight. I'm at the point now where I can say it's definitely panic time for the Kansas City Chiefs. But the one saving grace is you still have the best coach in football, the best quarterback in football, and a team that has been in tough spots before and have come out on top. Could this be the year, though? Everybody keeps on trying to forecast it. Is this the year the Chiefs miss the playoffs? Is this the year the Chiefs don't make it to the AFC Championship game? They've never been further away than where they are right now through 11 weeks right now.
Ooh,
that's the crazy thing.
That's scary.
It is unfamiliar territory for Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I will say, I remember 2 years ago it was when the Chiefs had to beat the Dolphins at home and then go on the road against Baltimore and on the road against Buffalo and then play the Niners in the Super Bowl. And everybody said Mahomes has never done it on the road. Mahomes has never also started the season 5-5. They won the Super Bowl that year. We'll see what happens this year.
And your final team on the stand, we go to college football. Are you hitting the panic button on the Texas A&M Aggies, who are the number 3 team in the nation? They are undefeated, but they had to come back from 30-3 at home against 3-7 now South Carolina. They win that game from down 30-3, 31-30, the largest comeback in SEC history. Now, you win the game, you move on for another day. They've got an FCS matchup, and they finish the season at Texas. But if you look at the wins for the number 3 team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies, they truly haven't beaten a good SEC team yet. And their best win is Notre Dame, who they beat 41-40.
Which, again, remember, wins against Notre Dame don't count. I guess unless you're in the SEC. Is that the caveat that gives the Texas A&M Aggies okay?
I think it helps their strength schedule, yeah.
Okay. Because that was only a week after Miami did it, but okay.
If you are a Texas A&M Aggie fan, are you starting to see some chinks in the armor, and are you thinking about pressing the panic button when you might get exposed either the final week of your regular season or in the SEC championship game or in the first round of the playoff? Are you hitting the panic button after a massive scare at home against a team well below 500?
C-Cat? Can't do it.
Marcel Reed.
I can't do it. You know why I can't do it? Only person that needs to be hitting the panic button that's affiliated with the Aggies is that dumbass officer who tried to steamroll Nick Harbor in the tunnel. That's the only person that needs to be hitting the panic button. He needs to be hitting the panic button on his career.
Hey, he got relieved of his duties. All right,
needs to be
for
relieved
that
of,
day.
He got to be honest with you. There has to be harsh. You can't do that. In full uniform with a badge on, you cannot practically assault a player. Because if a player did that to a cop, what would be happening to Nick Harbor today?
Right. Yeah.
He can't do that. I think that
so
badge needs to be in
he
question.
did that thing where I forget, a referee did this to a player where they see a player walking towards them and they like back into them, or they intentionally get bumped by the player.
Flag.
Exactly. Like you saw that on the officiating crew. It's different from a actual
from a man
officer.
with a gun.
Yeah.
From a man that is armed with a gun, and he also is protected by the America's Constitution to kind of get away with as much as he wants. And thank God they have cameras on that, because imagine if the cameras didn't catch that incident. Imagine what his report would have been. Because he tried to respond as if Nick Harbor bumped into him, when clearly you can see him shoulder Harbor and the other kid in the tunnel. Imagine what he would have said would have happened if we did not have a camera and catch him. It's kind of like Jamar Chase. I wonder how he's going to walk back the spit. I wonder, because
you can't unspit the spit. The spit's been spit. I
don't think Jamar knew he had clear, conclusive evidence that he spit on Jalen Ramsey when he said he didn't spit on him. If that sheriff officer dude, whatever the dude was, if we didn't have clear video of him, I bet you he'd be saying today in the police report that Nick Harbor backhand slapped him. And that's an issue. So that dude needs to have his badge removed. I ain't gonna lie.
I think he's an Aggie football fan that didn't want to see them down 27-3.
That's crazy,
Is
though.
that work? That's tough.
That's actually insane. You wouldn't even do that without a badge.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So for him it's just crazy. So no panic button for the Aggies. You still are in control of your own destiny. I mean, you got to beat Samford.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to beat Samford. But you win or lose against Texas at the end of the season, you're still in. You got to feel good. You got to feel good. I thought you were going to say something about my Miami Hurricanes, but we took care of business.
Yeah, no reason to hit the panic button yet. You're just hoping for teams to lose, right, as a Miami fan?
Really, you're just trying to win out. You win out, and you put the decision back into the committee's hands, and you hope that they're not jerks about it. So that's a little panic button game on Emotion Monday. On the other side, man, we're going to have to touch on to get around all the big things. Plus, we have Mike Tannenbaum joining us soon. But one place you can go if you want to watch all of the games all at the same time is a Duffy Sports Grill. C-Cat and I didn't have the luxury of doing so because we were in a stadium for the 1 o'clock slate.
Where I was, there weren't any Duffys in the area.
Yeah.
Someone changed the Ravens-Browns game on a critical fourth down snap very late.
Crazy.
I was watching it as a Ravens fan, had a little bit of kashish on that game too. There was a dude that was wearing a Shedeur Sanders Browns jersey. To my right.
God, that's crazy. This is a Super Bowl.
Exactly. You wear this jersey for this moment.
Oh, my God.
They changed the channel on him to the Broncos-Chiefs game that was on the TV right next to it. It was a mistake made, I guess, and people were throwing a fit. So go to Duffy's so stuff like this does not happen.
Duffy's would not do you like that. Duffy's has TVs assigned for each game, and they keep them on there despite any fans' plea. Another thing about Duffy's is they have 80 or more of those television screens, so there won't be any issues like that. You're not working between 5 or 6 screens, and you got to play politics. No. 80 or more television screens, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day, and you have the award-winning wings tossed in 17 different flavors to choose from. Best thing yet. And also, of course, they got the full roster of new football features like the barbecue pulled pork nachos. Get your hands dirty a little bit there, grubbing with the guys. You can get the Duffy's double smash burger, 2 certified Angus beef patties smashed with caramelized onions, and you get those burgers with the touchdown tots 2 different ways, buffalo chicken or OG cheeseburger tots. Duffy Sports Grill, go online right now, get your MVP card, start tracking your awards today. At Duffy's, our game is always on. Mike T's game is always on as well. He joins us on the other side, talk a little ball, and we'll see if he defends J.J. McCarthy, or excuse me, we'll see if he defends, let me find it right.
Number 9.
That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
Serving clients for over 30 years, Team IP has been the #1 souvenir merchandiser in the U.S., proudly powering over 2,800 events and 24 college football bowl games every year, including ESPN, ESPN events, and the Boca Raton Bowl, right here in South Florida. From custom apparel to branded promo gear, we bring your event to life. Want to boost your brand? Visit teamip.com and make Team IP your team today. Teamwork makes the dream work.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Come to Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, where we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople, just friendly product specialists on salary, ready to help you find your perfect Kia. During the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. We even put the factory invoice right on the windshield so you can see exactly what you're saving. No back and forth, just one manager from start to finish for a smooth, easy process. We'll handle your paperwork, transfer your tag and insurance, and even schedule a post-delivery review to walk you through your new features on your time. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. So don't wait. Visit Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach today. No hassle, no pressure, just the perfect car for you. Online at GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KF8 stock number SG005991. MSRP $45,235 plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Discount includes all Kia factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 1/5/26.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
UFC Fight Night this Saturday. The number 2 lightweight in the world, Arman Tsarukyan, takes on the 7th-ranked lightweight, the Hangman, Dan Hooker. Tsarukyan and Hooker are two of the most durable fighters in the division, so don't be surprised if this one goes the distance. The big question is, can Hooker keep the fight on the feet? Tsarukyan brings some elite chain wrestling to the table, and if he's able to get things to the ground, it could be a long night for the New Zealand native. Twin Peaks is your ultimate UFC headquarters for all the big pay-per-view cards and every fight night in between. Enjoy an ice-cold 29-degree draft beer and made-from-scratch favorites from the kitchen as you watch all the fights on one of the big-screen HD TVs. With Twin Peaks as your fight night headquarters, there's never a bad seat in the house. And you get to enjoy all of the fights without a cover. Twin Peaks is your go-to for eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Did he spit? Did he spit on him?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Was on the move this weekend. Was on the move, kicking it out in Minneapolis. Gets cold out there. Not so cold, not as cold as I expected, but gets cold out there. Thankfully, the U.S. Bank Stadium, they had it warm inside, air conditioning control. I guess I should say heat control. What do you call that? Heat. It's heat. Temperature control. It was indoors, dang it. And one thing I thought about when I was up in there is I'm like, yo, you have to do this when you're in Minneapolis because you definitively have probably had the heat on in your home for the past 2 weeks at least, past month. It gets cold quick out there. It's start to cool down out here. We had these cold fronts that kind of come in and out around this time of the year. And so you might be turning on your heat for the first time. And if you are, you need to make sure that it's going to actually work. You won't get that weird smell. You won't have any malfunctions with the system. And that's why you need to tap in with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, right? They can help you out through the summer months. They also can help you out if it gets a little too chilly. In Florida cold, I know some of y'all crank up that heater early. My wife is one of those. And when she did crank up the heat last week, things were fine. Things were fine in the Dorsey abode because we have already had our preventative care from EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. I'm a gold plan member, which means I get 2 check-ins every year. And thankfully, anything that was spotted, at one point, actually, a year or so ago, they realized we didn't even have the heat part hooked up. So they're like, let's take care of that for you. Took care of it, hooked it up, made sure that part was working good for me, and my unit ready to go in a pinch. Yours could be as well. In fact, if you need a new unit, you can get 0% interest for 60 months for any qualified customers. Right now, 0% interest for 60 months. All you got to do is find out if you're a qualified customer. EDSisyes.com. That's the place to go. EDS stands for Everyday Savings. They give you quality work, trust, and peace of mind. EDSisyes.com. Visit the website. Tap in with the good people. Get your unit strong. Joining us now, coming off of Week 11 of the NFL season. In fact, actually, I keep on saying that, but technically we have a game tonight. We have Raiders and we have Cowboys on Monday Night Football. That will cement Week 11 of the NFL season, but most of it is out of the way. And joining us now is Mike Tannenbaum, former GM of the Jets, former VP of Football Ops for the Miami Dolphins. And we just saw the Dolphins get a big win in Madrid, a game over the Commanders. Mike T, don't look now, but the Dolphins are coming.
Yeah, 4-7, and they got a puncher's chance. 7 teams make the playoffs, and that was one of those games yesterday, Theo. If 10 different plays
Mike T,
happen,
I think we might have lost you for a second. We're trying to get you back in there. We had some issue. You start talking about the Dolphins winning games and maybe derailing their draft picks, and I think a panic meter got set off here. But here, Mike T, you saw what the Dolphins were able to do. They came out of there with a win. Just what are your feelings about what they can do with the rest of the season now as you look at their schedule?
Yeah, Theo, that was a big win for them. That was one of those games, like if 10 plays went differently, 5 for either side, either team could have won, but give them credit. They found a way. When you don't get the ball in overtime, when you can turn the ball over like that, that was really exciting. Look, they're 4-7. We're past the trade deadline. They made some changes in the front office, but they got a real puncher's chance. Again, 17 makes the playoffs. And look, what did we see today? Aaron Rodgers could be out. Michael Penix, obviously, that's the NFC. He's out. We're going to see more injuries. Chargers are banged up. They got a chance. They're going to have to go on a run here. They're on the outside looking in. But, if you're not going to have a high pick, try to do everything you can within reason and make the playoffs.
Their next 4 games, home to the Saints, at the Jets, at the Steelers, and versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We could be talking about 4 teams who are on their second quarterback, as we know that the Jets have benched Justin Fields. Aaron Rodgers is on the mend right now. I don't believe Joe Burrow is expected to be back by that Sunday Night Football game, but maybe that's about the spot as he's been gearing up. And, of course, next week against the Saints, you got Tyler Shuck, who is in place of Spencer Rattler. So that could be 4 backup quarterbacks in a row that the Dolphins get to face. And if they win all 4 of those, they get up to 7-7. What do you think is actually best for the Miami Dolphins as an objective bystander? Because I know what fans want. What do you think is best for them? If they are able to actually win out and push for the playoffs to instill some hope and confidence around there, or to get a top 5, top 10 pick and improve this roster, which does still desperately need help?
I'm always about winning. My first year with the Jets, going all the way back to 1997, the 96 Jets won 1 game. Everyone said it was going to be a 5-year rebuild. And in year 1 with Coach Parcells and Coach Belichick, we won 9 games. And in year 2, we were in the championship game. So I think you get the right people in the building, you get the right character and the right players together. In pro football, Theo, you could flip this thing really quick. So when there are wins available, you try, you take advantage of it and you try to get them.
So what does that say about what Mike McDaniel and Tua's future could be with Miami? Because it feels like now that there's a roadway for them to make the playoffs, Mike McDaniel feels super confident, very chill, very comfortable in his skin right now. He's over there asking questions in Madrid from the press conference spot to his players. They're having a good time. The vibes are high. And Tua's still going to be under contract next year. Like, if they make that push, do you start to, even with a new regime at general manager, do you start feeling like reinvesting in what you got right now?
Well, look, I think you want to start from a position. Look, we just saw a couple hours ago, Michael Penix likely out for the year. You have Kirk Cousins. So even if you have 2 under contract, that doesn't mean it doesn't preclude you from adding another quarterback. We see Tyrod Taylor starting. So depth at the quarterback position is critical. If Tua is still your starter, which presumably he will because of his contract, that's a really good place to start. And then you could be opportunistic from there. But clearly, there's a good feeling about the head coach because when they made a change in the front office, obviously they could have made a change at both positions at 2 and 7. Ownership decided not to do it. And there's probably the reason for that is, they hold the head coach in high regard.
Do you feel like there's a little regret around that Jalen Phillips trade now? Not just because you're now trying to compete and you're not, obviously selling and looking to get a better draft pick, but Jalen Phillips has looked like an absolute dog in the front 7 for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's funny. It's never been about Jalen Phillips and his ability. You could go back, and they mentioned this last night on the broadcast, Theo. I believe he was the number 1 recruit when he came out, when he first signed with UCLA. He's just dealt with injuries over and over again. So to see him playing really well isn't a surprise. You just hope for Jalen that he can stay healthy for, hopefully years to come.
We're obviously 11 weeks into the NFL season. The college football season is starting to wrap up as well. Have you had a chance to take a look at any of the quarterbacks that might be coming out and evaluate them? Are there any guys that have caught your eye that you think can actually elevate to be a franchise quarterback down the line?
Yeah, starting right here in South Florida with, Fernando Mendoza. Originally went to University of California, transferred to Indiana with his brother Alberto, and to me, he would be the first pick in the draft. And you could look at that drive last week against Penn State, down on the road against a good Big Ten team, comes back, didn't have his best game, and I think he has a chance to be a frontline starter and a really good player for years to come. So, been very impressed with him. And then after that, to be candid, I think there's a lot of questions about who's going to come out and not. So as we go along here, this will be a really good discussion.
Yeah, and then talking about that, then you bring it back a couple of years. You had the draft where you had 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks. The first 3 feel like they are solidified with their teams. When you think about Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. The next 3, though, still a lot of question marks around 2 of them. But what did Bo Nix prove this weekend that J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr. haven't had a chance to?
It was like walking the bases loaded with nobody out in the 9th inning and then striking out the next 3 batters. Um, all these guys are hard to evaluate. I mean, really, in fairness, J.J. McCarthy was worse, and then he gets the lead, and then in probably a special teams play on the kickoff return was the difference in that game. I mean, these games are just bonkers, but to me, Bo Nix is a hard evaluation because Theo, he was average at best for most of that game, but boy, he made some big time throws when he had to, and give them credit. The defense is carrying them, but Bo Nix is playing smart football, and they're making enough plays. And I think all these guys will get better. They all need reps. Caleb Williams does, and we're seeing Drake May be the beneficiary of playing better. Unfortunately, the guy who had the best year last year, Jaden Daniels, has been hurt. He'll get back at some point as well.
So who are you feeling best about with their future? If you had to buy stock and you get the next 10 years of this quarterback out of that class, who would be the person you're lining up to buy on?
Yeah, if we knew that Jaden Daniels was going to be healthy, I think it has to start with him because he's done it. He got his team to the Final Four. That wasn't that happened. As it relates to who's playing right now the best, it's certainly Drake May. Now let's just see if he can sustain it. Look, and Caleb Williams, Chicago's 7-3. He hasn't played great, but there's a lot to like about him as well.
Yeah, and he's learning another system there with Ben Johnson, and he's been improving week over week. I actually was in Minneapolis to check out the Bears and the Vikings, so I got to see Caleb Williams versus 9. How far away from what your pre-draft evaluation of J.J. McCarthy was versus what you've seen through the games he's been able to start, how far of a gap is there between what you expected this early in his career?
Yeah, he's a little bit behind. I really liked him. Saw him at practice a few times at Michigan. Can make all the throws, but you could see it's still taking him a second or two, to see where to go with the ball. And that just comes from lack of experience, and hopefully that'll get better for them. But look, they moved on from Sam Darnold. They moved on from Daniel Jones. They need him to be a good player.
Right, and that leash, how much longer does it get? Because obviously he's going to finish out this year, and how soon do you think would the Vikings start looking at another quarterback if they don't feel like he's the guy for the future? Because he is now 2 years into his rookie contract.
Yeah, I think they're going to give us some time. And look, we could have been talking about J.J. McCarthy, who is disappointing, Theo, and they won.
Right.
Again, that's Marcus Mariota played really good football. He makes one bad throw, Miami wins. Minnesota comes back in Chicago, and it's a kickoff return. It's just so many little things. I'm not sure if you saw Rex Ryan this morning talking about that PI on Rock Yassin, which was a terrible call. Again, not saying that Detroit was going to score, but you'd love to see it. And that's what makes the NFL such a great sport. The margins are so small between winning and losing.
To a quarterback that was drafted in the most recent draft, saw his first real reps in the regular season last night in Cleveland, where Shedeur Sanders got thrusted into a very close game against a divisional opponent because Dylan Gabriel went into concussion protocol. Are we supposed to make anything out of how poorly or unpoorly Shedeur Sanders did play in those reps, or is it unfair to judge?
Yes, he can. I think we got to give that a grade of incomplete. look, Kevin Stefanski knows how to coach a quarterback. I think that situation's hard because you're trying to get Dylan Gabriel ready. He's a rookie, and that's why Shador not getting the reps is a little weird and unusual, but it's somewhat understandable because the other guy needs all the reps as well.
Right, and that's what they got into a very unorthodox situation when they started the year, and now the handling of it is being judged with a sharp eye. So I'm interested as well. But do you think I've heard a lot of people give their take on it? How unique is it for a backup quarterback to be getting no reps like that at practice?
Yeah, Theo, that doesn't happen. Usually, like in the Saturday night meeting in particular, the the backup's going to come in and they have to give the coordinator 15 plays that they really like, ones that they practice, that they know well, regardless of the situation that they feel comfortable running. So yeah, I'm surprised that the fact that he didn't have any struck me as weird and unusual.
That's something to keep an eye on, the Brown situation, and that's been something that we've known since the draft when they got both Gabriel and Shador Sanders and had Joe. It was always going to be interesting, and now we're seeing that play out. Mike T, appreciate your time. We'll catch up with you next week, and by next week, man, we're really gonna know who are the contenders and who are the guys that are gonna be really tanking up for the top picks in the draft.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That is Mike Tannenbaum. His appearance is always brought to you by Eisner Amper, and he joins in and reminds us, like everybody's been telling us, anybody you ask in and around the NFL says it is unorthodox, it is strange, it is extremely weird that Shador Sanders doesn't get any first-team reps at practice. I'm curious what the answer for that is from the Brown side and from Kevin Stefanski, because it doesn't make sense to me, but also it's not like it looked good when he was out there, and I don't know how to judge it. I'm not that football smart to be over here acting like I can say, 4 for 16. I mean, he had some first team reps. He would have completed 4 more passes. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, again, like you brought up, it's also very unorthodox to draft 2 quarterbacks with a realistic chance of starting in the same draft. So I guess any way you handle this will be unprecedented and not in a good way.
And this is my summary of the Brown situation for anybody that wants to throw out conspiracy theories, anybody that wants to say that they're anti-Shador or Stefanski hates him. Here's something I want all of us to collectively remember. The Cleveland Browns are not actively trying to win football games. They aren't.
I think that they were yesterday.
No, they aren't.
I think when you had divisional games, you try to win those games.
I know they want to win the games, and I'm not saying the players are not trying. I'm saying organizationally.
They're not making every decision to win games.
They organizationally have told us with their actions that they are invested in the 2026 NFL draft, and they did that before the season. And they've done very little to improve that roster, especially when you talk about using 2 picks on quarterbacks, and one of them you trade up for in Shador Sanders, and you give absolutely no chance to play. They are an unserious organization this year when it comes to actually the outcomes of football games. The players are trying hard. The organization is not. So anything that we judge, whether that be Stefanski's usage of quarterbacks and how many reps somebody gets at practice and what they're saying behind the microphone and his refusal to say Shador's name, anything that's happening in and around this, the reason why it feels like a circus is because we're leading into it, assuming that they're trying to win. If he knows Dylan Gabriel is shaky and he knows he's a rookie and he can get hurt at a snap of a finger, and everybody in and around the NFL has said you always give the backup reps just in case, then why the hell wouldn't he be doing that? This is not his first rodeo.
Yeah, and it goes back to me that the same person must not have both drafted Gabriel and Shador Sanders.
Probably
the same
not.
Organization certainly did.
But even if you don't, if he's the backup quarterback, clearly he's supposed to get some reps. Clearly he's supposed to have a deep line of conversation and communication with the OC so he can be ready if an injury happens. Dylan Gabriel is not 6'5", 260. There's no reason to believe he was going to be impervious to injury. So, again, you're operating like a team that is not trying to win football games. And that is my summarization of that. Don't try to glean it. All the conspiracy theories are a waste of time.
Who are you talking to?
Everybody. There's people on both sides. There's people that think Shador sucks, and then there's people that think Shador's being sabotaged. And I'm like, hey, guys, what about this theory? Browns aren't trying.
He did suck last night.
Yes.
He might not suck.
And he wasn't properly prepared.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
It's like if you're not properly preparing your players, then what are you doing? If you fail to plan, you plan to sell. And they are going to be they're selling off these games left and right, and they're going to get a high draft pick next year, and it's going to be fun for everybody involved when they get to draft a new quarterback. They're not trying to win games. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, they're not trying to win games. They're trying to win you your time back, win you your energy back, win you your hobbies back. They are trying to make you victorious in life. They're trying to get your body back right. If you're having any joint pain, back pain, issues with the body, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care wants to welcome you to being treated like a pro and welcome you to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros so you can get back to the life and the activities that you know and you love. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. That's baptisthealth.net/ortho.
You know, as a Ravens fan, I was looking at that game in a different lens as everybody else because I have my own interests both in that game and going forward for the Baltimore Ravens.
You needed to win.
And I was like, damn, that defense looks good. That's immediately how I went. Not that Shedeur Sanders was ill-prepared or even not good at quarterback. I was like, wow. Okay, Roquan Smith. How about that?
It is always funny, the perception, the way in which you view something. Like, everybody else is building their Shedeur conversations. 31 out of 32 teams people are coming up with their Shedeur Sanders angles, and you're just enjoying the show.
Yeah, and likewise, I was at the Chargers-Jaguars game. And when you're walking back to your car that's parked maybe a quarter mile away, you're bumping into a bunch of different fans, and you overhear their conversations, and you get an insight into their mind. Like, you know, I'm not even worried about the wild card. I'm going to the division. We play the Colts 2 more times before the end of the season. After you put a whooping on the Chargers, you have Jaguars fans thinking they're better than the Colts.
The Jags fans are I think the Jaguars and the Bears, very similar football teams. Very similar football teams.
The Jaguars ran at ease against Jim Harbaugh's Chargers yesterday.
I'm more so meaning where they stand right now in the NFL. Really good records. I mean, to be honest with you, the Jaguars they're going to push for their division, and the Bears are going to do the same right now. Nobody believes they're the best team in their divisions except for them. And their record helps tell that story. Plus, they have this new regime that is like the new young hot coach that's supposed to be the offensive genius who is imparting his system on a quarterback that people have polarized thoughts about. We just have seen more of Trevor Lawrence. Very similar situations. And we both got a up close and personal view of both of them, so now we are experts on it. So we'll be able to tell the story of the rest of the season. I'll be like, yeah, I saw that back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just lie about it, by the way, too.
Yeah.
We didn't have to see anything specifically. Like, wasn't that guy did see Tyson Bagent, backup quarterback for the Bears, warming up on the sideline with his helmet on the whole game? That dude stays ready.
Oh.
Like, I think he –
There's a percentage of his mind hoping that Caleb Williams takes a hard hit.
Yeah, or gets benched. I think Tyson Bagent might think I might be better.
That city does love him.
They do love him.
Like, our brother station, ESPN Chicago, loves Tyson Bagent. Just personally, he joins their show a lot.
Yeah.
And
very likable dude.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice life to live. A career backup quarterback. It's been well established. Yeah. That's a great job to have. But to be a career backup quarterback in the same city.
Yeah, to stay down.
Like, you don't have to move the family around. Like, it's not one of those situations where
like
we've
Josh
seen.
McCown.
Yeah. Like, a quarterback is a journeyman but bounces around everywhere. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, sure, you earn a spot in a bunch of different fan bases hard, but no one can truly claim you as their own. Yeah. Dolphins have a reason to claim. Even Tampa Bay's got a reason to claim Ryan Fitzpatrick. But to be a career backup in one city, that's nice.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew. He's like Fitzpatrick 2.0.
Yeah.
But
where is he? Is he somewhere now?
Man, he was with the Chiefs. He bounced around, Gardner Minshew. So I don't know. He was with the Chiefs last I recall. But yeah, man, career backups, not a bad gig. Also not a bad gig, the happy hour. Tina pulls up on the other side. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs Installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Hey, it's Tina. Okay, let's be real. When you need tires or a battery, you want someone you can actually trust, right? That's why I go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been keeping South Florida moving for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. They've got all the big tire brands, plus batteries for pretty much everything. Their best price out the door guarantee means you know you're getting the best deal. So next time your car needs something, don't stress. Just go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. Trust me, they've got you covered.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
Hey, Culligan man!
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo and Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's jzollo.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsyes.com today, kick off your game day comfort, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We're back at it, man, in a happy hour here. November 17th. Week 11 wraps up tonight. Cowboys, Raiders. The Raiders. We got C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. We got Tina in the house for the happy hour. Espresso Martina. How was your weekend? Because C-Cat was in Jacksonville watching the Jags. I was in Minneapolis cosplaying a Bears fan. What was Tina up to this weekend?
I had the most productive weekend I think I've had in a year. I got so much stuff done, and I went through my whole room. I went through my closet. I brought multiple bags to give away. I went through so much stuff. I got my car cleaned. I did some work. I felt so good and productive. It was a very chill weekend. I didn't really do much besides just stuff around the house and things I kind of needed to catch up on.
What sparked that? You just I got some extra time. It's
I just had no plans.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I hung up, I have a ton of trucker hats and they've been kind of just hanging on my mirror. And I bought these hooks from Amazon to hang them up on my wall.
Yeah.
I put those up and now one of my walls is just blank as can be now. All my trucker hats are along the wall and it looks super cute now.
Yeah.
I had this picture that was from my grandma had this picture made of her when she was probably in her maybe early 40s and when she was in sales. And I, when she passed, took this photo and I've had it just kind of laying on my dresser. I went and got a picture frame, put that on my wall.
Nice.
I just had the most productive weekend and I felt so good.
Was it a LinkedIn profile style picture?
No, it was a drawing of her.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
someone drew a picture of her. And I just have had it for so long.
Yeah.
And I was I want to do something with this. I want to hang it. I love this picture of her that someone drew. And I got that hung up in my room. It was a great, chill, productive weekend for me.
Not necessarily Tina in the wild this weekend.
No.
More so just Tina in the crib.
No, yeah.
Domesticated
I went
Tina.
out to dinner Friday and Saturday night with my friend, and that was really it.
Man. You think we should change that name she's got? When's the last time Tina's been wild?
I wasn't there. Were you? I've never seen Tina wild.
I've never seen her either, but her name is Tina in the wild.
Seen her yell at Russo and Rizzo. She looks kind of wild then.
Yeah, that's about every other day.
Yeah, that's often.
Yeah.
I yell at them quite often.
Is it as a woman? Question for you, Tina.
That's
I don't
always
know.
a great lead.
Sometimes you have these questions, and is it bad to call a woman crazy as much as they say it is?
I feel everyone will take it different.
Okay.
If you were to call me crazy, I would think you're probably being dramatic because I don't think I am. But
Nobody
there,
thinks they're crazy.
No, I think some people know they're crazy.
Okay.
Some
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
think totally know that they're crazy.
Some people like being crazy.
Or you do things how you act on certain things. You're yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Ray Lewis
Which I-
likes being crazy. He knows he's crazy.
Okay, and I could admit maybe if there's a time that I was crazy, yeah, I was kind of being crazy there. But why did you call
No,
someone crazy?
Not that you were acting crazy. I'm saying, Tina, are you crazy?
I guess,
no, I
what's
didn't
the
raise my
context?
voice when we arguing.
Well, let's
Tina,
know.
you
Let's be
crazy?
honest. Men think there's a certain yelling, and I'm not yelling.
Okay.
There are totally teammates in this office, Russo and Rizzo, who think I'm yelling at them, and I'm
Wait.
no. You don't know yelling. I have not yelled at you.
They both know yelling very well.
Yes, I know, and they think I'm yelling at them,
Yeah.
and I'm I'm not yelling at you.
Just speaking very sternly.
Yes.
So
Direct.
if they were to say, yeah, Tina's crazy, you don't want to get on her bad side,
Yeah.
would you not like that reputation?
She appreciates it.
I would be fine.
Oh, okay.
I
like
would be
that.
fine with it.
She's feared.
I called
Green
Rizzo.
light.
I called Rizzo crazy. I think his first week here,
Yeah.
and he's never let that go. Which I meant it a good crazy. I didn't mean it in a bad crazy, and he's never let that go. He's you think I'm crazy? I'm okay. Well, when you say it like that,
Yeah.
that sounds crazy, but no, I didn't mean it
Rizzo's a character.
in a
He's
bad
character.
way.
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait, did
That
you
was-
complete Theo's
I think she
sentence or
did.
your own sentence?
I think she
Oh,
did.
I didn't even hear Theo.
Oh, okay.
No. We're going to clip that.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a new open for their second hour.
Yeah, what did you say, Theo? You said
Rizzo is crazy.
you said. Oh no.
I said Rizzo is a
Oh.
character.
And you said in a bad
In a
way.
bad way.
No.
He's a bad
That was a
character.
mistake. Jeez Louise.
No.
All right. I didn't know you
Wow.
were starting a fight on a Monday. We got 4 more days to do this.
4 more days to do this. CCAT, now that you're back in town, you have more and more days to tune up the game at Kaiser and make sure the golf game is still good. Because it's solid still, right? Solid.
I got breaking news for both of you.
Oh.
I beat my dad in golf for the first time in my life over the weekend.
Wow.
8 a.m. tee time in Daytona Beach. Woke up at 4 a.m., drove up, met him there, got some work on the practice greens, hit a couple of shots, and then beat him. 2 up through 18. very proud of my performance, and it was all thanks and courtesy to the Kaiser University Golf
Did he
Coaching
see it
Center.
coming? Did he know you had been training? Did he know? Was he prepared for a different level of CCAT?
He stays off the social media, so he didn't see all the lessons I was getting at Kaiser.
Caught him slipping.
He was not prepared for how much better I got between now and 3 months ago. And the only thing that's changed, the absolute only thing that's changed between me now and me 3 months ago has been lessons at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. It's right in West Palm Beach off I-95 and the Turnpike. They have the best facilities, tools, and coaching in the area. It's for all levels of players. Whether you're a scratch golfer who's trying to score more and really trying to get a plus handicap, or maybe you've never picked up a club before but want to get invited to those guys' trips. You want to have those business meetings on the golf course. They welcome every skill level at the Kaiser Golf Center. KaiserGolfCenter.com, KaiserGolfCenter.com. You'll see changes after your first lesson. You will see that score get better after just the first lesson. And long-term, the foundation of your golf game will be altered for the better if you stick with it. KaiserGolfCenter.com. Get your lessons today. Don't wait. Don't waste your time playing rounds of golf without practicing with Kaiser. You'll be wishing you made this decision months ago, like I did. KaiserGolfCenter.com.
I got invited on a guy's golf trip in Scottsdale. It's gonna be like in January, and I don't want to go.
Why?
I want to go because my mama lives there, and they know that my mama lives there, and that's probably one of the reasons why they invited. They know I suck at golf.
But isn't that an ideal place to play
Great
golf?
place to
Like
go.
a great place.
But I don't have enough time between now and then. I don't. I'm so busy right now. I should try to carve out some time, pull up to the Kaiser Golf Center, work on some things, just so I don't look like an absolute fool. But I could just not go.
Right. I was going to say, what is the decision here? Whether to go and do bad or really commit for several months to go and do a little bit better or not go?
Those are my three decisions. Either I go and play poorly but just enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Have some drinks, drive around the cart. Excuse me, not at the same time, but you know how that goes. And then play a little golf, have some fun. And then see my mom. My mom lives in the city, so it's like it's a double whammy.
How many?
And I do want to see the fellas too.
Like, is this, you said this is your first invite to the fellas trip to go watch the Bears home or away
but this
game.
is a different fellas group, though, yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
But this is the first time you've been invited to this golf trip?
Yes.
Okay. You denied the first one, you're never getting invited again.
That's the problem. I already know. And this is a growing community, good people. I rock with them. These are my guys. One of them used to live here in West Palm. I ain't seen them in a couple of years.
And this is not a family, this is guys?
It's not family. It's just homies.
This seems like a no-brainer.
I have to go, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to go, and there are formats to play golf that welcome all skill levels. So if you're in a scramble, like, it's really not as painful as it might be. If you're just going to play your own ball, yeah, you'll start picking up at the fairway saying, we'll try next hole. I think you should go, even if you can't commit the adequate time to get better.
We have an option 4 here in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida.
Yeah?
Let CCAT go in my place.
I've always been wanting to go to Arizona.
But that's the issue, though. But like, then they would take out the whole seeing my mom thing. Will you at least go and drop off a present for me?
Yes, I can go see your mom.
All right.
What's your mom's like? What's she famous for cuisine-wise? Does she have a certain dish?
She's great. Gumbo, jambalaya. She's from New Orleans.
Okay.
She's
I will go
potatoes too.
Eat Theo's mom's gumbo.
Yeah.
And come back with a report card.
It's spicy. Are you good with spicy food?
That's a no.
I'll add enough rice.
I said,
Not really.
Yeah, I was about to say. Anybody who immediately says, you're good. There's gonna be an issue.
What if I came back? It's like just too much salt, you know? Yeah. Like, just come back and start ripping.
Yeah, like just
cooking,
talking down. If you do that, at least win the golf trip and get. What do you win anything if you win the golf trip, or you just?
Well, I mean, it's up to your guys. Like maybe everyone's tossing in 20s. Maybe you're playing skins. Maybe you're like you could win. It's up to you guys. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that part out.
I think you should make the effort to go, even if you know you won't play well. I think it's. Especially with the drinks flowing, and it's a golf trip. So they'll find a way to incorporate you to where, I
feel bad for whoever team I'm on.
Some guys like the challenge.
That's true.
Like, 2v1 essentially. Like, I could take Theo to the winner's circle.
I had that same issue this past weekend for the fellas trip where we were playing spades, and my partner that they kept assigning me was the least experienced of all the spades players. And I felt like it was some kind of like initiation ritual because, again, I went on this fellas trip with my father-in-law, his brothers, and his, longtime friends. My first invite to the fellas trip, we hit the Bears game at the Viking Stadium. We played a lot of poker, played a lot of spades. For some odd reason, they kept pairing me up with the novice spades player, and we kept getting our ass whipped. And then they kept on talking down on me because of it. And it's like I had two options. Do I throw my partner under the bus and say, hey, man, I'm done here if you can't pick up the slack? Or do I just keep getting my ass whooped? I kept getting my ass whooped.
Damn, I guess, yeah. I mean, that is the initiation. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I tell you what I did do.
Mm-hmm.
Got my ass whooped a bunch of times. I finished second place in spades, though. So
I don't know how that works.
In poker.
Oh, okay.
Finished second in poker one or two times.
Whenever the few times I play poker, that's where I get humbled immediately. Whenever I try to play poker, I don't have the patience to play poker. I simply want to play the damn cards that I have.
So you can't, yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, like I have just folded or checked or whatever for a long time.
It's hard to fold like three hands in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, I got to get
I came here to play poker.
Yeah.
Like, I want to play poker. I don't want to watch people play poker.
That's what got me, too, because once I got to the final two, it was final two, me versus my father-in-law, who's an expert poker player, and let him tell it. I got to a point where I was like, I got my first hand against him, and I'm like, the difference between first and second place is a big deal. You get your money back on second place, you get a big pot for first. So I really wanted that. Got to me and him, and I got my first hand, and it was decent. It was decent, especially pre-flop. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get here. But I wanted to play poker. We had been playing for like 3 hours, and this is a beginner mistake. I've been drinking. I'm kicking it. We've been playing for like 3 hours or so. I finally made it to the final hand. He's probably got twice the amount of chips as me, and I'm like, I got to make up some ground here. I ain't finna just keep folding out. And I went for it. And he took me.
Wait, who is this again that beat you?
My father-in-law.
Oh,
he's the one that set up the poker game, too.
That's Chauncey Billups.
That's Chauncey.
That was Chauncey, but you never brought that up on the air.
Yes. By the way.
Stuck away to play a little bit.
Every game that we played, which he set up at his house with his cards and his table, he won. What does that remind you of? He earned a nickname. To this day, he's going to be Chauncey Billups for me.
Wow.
Chauncey, who people, if you don't know, former Trailblazers coach, Hall of Fame point guard for the Pistons, most infamously and recently known for him being tied up in the FBI investigation into both sports gambling and also the illegal poker games.
Huh.
And Chauncey would allegedly, according to these police reports and according to the indictment, he would ring people in to these big, high-stakes poker games, and they had a Shuffle Master 2.0 or whatever the hell they called it that fed certain cards to certain players, X-ray tables. They had glasses.
Mm-hmm, that would see hidden ink.
It was crazy.
Mark cards.
They were running amok. I think the same thing happened this weekend to me. So I don't know. Who do I talk to?
I mean,
your father.
Listen.
No, he's Chauncey Billups.
That's brutal.
He's Chauncey.
Yeah. Again, I lose every poker thing I ever play because I get bored. I guess the
also
answer.
Bald head too, so it could be. It could have just been Chauncey Billups.
So Theo, were you able to pay attention to football over the weekend?
I kind of did. Did.
We are all tied up in Monday midterms.
You might scrub me on this one, man.
That is where Tina puts Theo and CCAT's ball knowledge to the test based on the games that were this football weekend. We got 6 questions.
Yes, we do.
And we've got 2 strapping young men ready to answer them.
Nice. I'm young.
All right. The Bucks and Bills battled in one of the games of the weekend. How many lead changes did the game have?
Wow.
This can be within one.
All right.
This is a great game. While I was being very productive, this game was on.
I was watching this game on Red Zone because they have a screen at Everbank Stadium that just has Red Zone on.
That's
and
nice.
unless there's like an advertisement playing or the national anthem, they'll just throw on Red Zone. So I enjoyed that.
Did they have a national anthem theme? You know how like some places have a certain thing they chant out or anything? Was there anything special?
No. Not like in Baltimore. Oh!
Yeah.
No, there wasn't something for Jacksonville.
There in Minneapolis, they didn't have one either for the Vikings, but they love this touch that they did. When it said red glare, they had these red glares skyrocket in, and then they bursted right at the same time that they said, and the Rockets. Were they Rockets red glare? The bombs bursting through air.
Okay, the
So you
bombs
saw
bursted in the air when the bombs bursted in there.
red glares, bombs burst.
That's
simultaneously with I thought it was executed perfectly.
Love that.
So
But Bills Bucks.
Oh yeah. Man.
Do I need
don't
to
know.
repeat the question?
I'm guessing because I have no clue.
It's rough. If I really sat down and thought about it, I would probably get it within the window, but under the time constraints, I went with 3.
I'm going with 6.
The answer is 9.
Sheesh! Oh wait, 3 plus 6.
Doesn't work that way.
Okay, all right.
It was not.
It was a lot of lead changes. Think about it. The Bills were getting bludgeoned at first. Came back and forth.
Yeah, but they never got bludgeoned. That's the whole reason there were a bunch of lead changes. Because they were always within striking distance in every...
To be honest with you, I followed this game through a group chat in which people were talking about how bad Josh Allen was. At the end of the game, I found out Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns. I was like, what the hell game did y'all watch? I'm confused.
He threw a couple of early picks that set up the Buccaneers in plus territory. But he did that Josh Allen stuff where they would run quarterback power from the 7-yard line and he would waltz on in.
So impossible to stop, man.
But honestly, low-key little dink and dunk Josh Allen. Those touchdowns, one was deep.
I saw one big, a 50-yard bomb he threw.
Yeah, after evading some pressure in the pocket. Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right, and then one was James Cook out of the backfield on a wheel route.
Saw a couple of screen passes that went for touchdowns.
It was a great fantasy football Josh Allen game. Even though setting records every single week, that wasn't a great Josh Allen game.
It wasn't.
As weird as it sounds.
It wasn't. 3-3 though.
All right, so we did not get that correct.
No.
You did not. This QB set a NFL record for most completions in a game.
Oh, that's my guy. Yes, Sirski.
You're claiming this guy?
Yeah, I'm claiming this guy.
I don't think you covered sports here when he played here.
I'm not saying I cover sports here when he played here, but I cover a guy that manages him.
All right. Pencils down, boards up.
Jacoby Brissett.
I call him Kobe. Jacoby Brissett.
Kobe. Big game Kobe.
Local guy, Jacoby Brissett.
47 completions, I believe, or 46. Either way, he was finding Michael Wilson. He was finding Trey McBride. And I think he also found a way to give the Cardinals even more confidence to move on from Kyler Murray. His job is cooked there.
That will be the most forgotten NFL record of all time. Because not only is it by a guy who you wouldn't expect it to come from, but it happened in a game window where no one was watching that game.
Zero
You
people watched
had
it.
4 games at the same time, and the other 3 were much more compelling for different reasons. You thought, okay, ho-hum Browns-Ravens game, and then Shedeur Sanders comes in. And then, that was a weird record. I didn't believe my eyes when I saw that.
I was very confused as well. And I learned that he was having a great game via me playing against Michael Wilson in one of my random fantasy football leagues. I'm like, what the hell's 185 yards?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
All right. 1-1.
How many quarterbacks threw a touchdown pass this week that did not start their game?
Wow.
Huh.
Okay, so I know Shedeur did not.
Same here.
I can say that because I know you watched it. He only had 4 completions. Didn't start the game through a touchdown pass. Okay, I know one.
What was Thursday Night Football? What game was that?
That was Jets.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Did Justin Fields finish that game? Did he start that game? Who played in that game?
Justin Fields did start that game. I believe he finished it.
Huh.
I don't remember if it's
I'm going to wave the white flag on this one,
yeah.
and I know one for a fact. So
we had to get it right on
Yeah,
par.
is there a window here?
You had to get
Nope, you just got to get it. You don't got to give me the name. You just got to give me a number.
All right.
Yeah. This is tough. I'm going to just reach for the... I'm going to reach. It's going to be a reach right here.
I went with 1.
I'm going 4.
And I thought it was just Kirk Cousins.
It is 2.
Ah.
It is Malik Willis and Mason Rudolph.
Well.
Oh, Kirk didn't even throw one. We were counting Kirk Cousins, and he didn't even throw a touchdown. That's crazy.
Huh. Wow. I did pop up and see Malik Willis in Jordan Love going to the locker room, but then Jordan Love finished that game against the Giants.
I guess he threw a touchdown in his absence. And who else?
Mason Rudolph.
Yes.
Oh, get the hell out of here. I guess you're right, though.
He did play good football.
And Aaron Rodgers?
I think Mason Rudolph was 7 for 8.
I told you at the beginning of the season, the Steelers would be better off with Mason Rudolph. And you didn't believe me.
All right. It did fly under the radar.
It did.
The Steelers game.
They won.
They did win.
Well, that's because he got kind of overshadowed.
Did he spit? Did he spit on him?
Little spitting action again. Can't keep your saliva to yourself, kids.
The leading rusher of Week 11 is this back who picked up 120 yards on the ground.
Hey, now.
It was somehow Jonathan Taylor. Like,
Right.
he signed up for some CFL action, and he rushed for 225. No, the Colts were on a bye. This running back, you got it, Theo. I don't got it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Because I was surprised to see this number, but then again, I thought about the competition he went against, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Huh. I guess.
Yeah. Think about what back did good in fantasy.
Devon Achane?
Devon Achane.
Good job, you two.
Yeah, out in Madrid.
I was watching that game on my phone from the game. Like, it was a pretty easy venue to get into, so we kind of get into the stadium thinking you'll have to wait somewhere. No. Was there about 50 minutes before the Jaguars game and just watched on my phone the whole time.
NFL game, like, much more efficient than they used to be talking about getting through the gate.
Yeah.
And I missed out on a lot of this because most times I go to games these days, I go as a credentialed media member, so I'm not going through the fan experience with it, but much more efficient than I remember them going through the gate. So big shout to them for getting that right.
How many more we got?
2 more.
Okay.
Which team currently has the biggest lead in their division?
Wow.
Oh, I think I got this one easy.
Wow.
This is as easy as pie. Easy as cake, as Theo would like to say.
Yeah, shut up. Maybe it's a trick question, though.
I don't think it is.
All right. You can fall for that trap if you want to.
Theo, you have an answer?
Yeah, I got an answer.
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
It's got to be, right?
It's gotta be.
It is.
Yes.
All right. I don't know. I thought you had a turn of the phrase there.
because the Giants
I gotta
suck.
be if you were wrong.
Right.
Nope.
The Giants suck. The Cowboys haven't played yet, but I think they still have a losing record, right?
And the Commanders took another loss.
Yeah. So that actually was kind of easy.
Lost like 3 or 4 games in a row by 14 or more points, said the Commanders going into yesterday's game.
Yeah, they're not a good football team. They're just their defense
old,
is old
too.
and slow.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I think that maybe this is best for them. Maybe they get a good pick out of this draft. There's some pretty good receivers that'll be up top. Place Terry McLaurin as the number 1 for Jaden Daniels and move on.
Oof. Sneakily, like against all odds, maybe last year's Commanders team was the all or nothing year. Because, yeah, you got your new young quarterback, brighter days ahead, just the beginning. But the rest of the team, that wasn't the case.
You got 2 years, though. You got a 2-year window now while you're still playing Jaden Daniels, a rookie.
And your way of getting...
Actually, 3. Technically, that 5th-year option ain't that crazy.
And their free agent acquisition or trade, I forget what, was Deebo Samuel.
Right.
Who's also kind of old and slow.
They can get a guy out of the draft. I like their future, but this year is obviously cooked.
All right. Good job, Theo. Good job, me.
Final question.
Doing great.
2 teams topped the 40-point mark this week, and 2 were held to single digits. Name them all. You get a point for each.
Okay.
40 balls? Who are they getting the 40 ball?
I don't know if this team did this. Did they? I was at the game. I left when it was 35-3. And I don't know if they scored another touchdown.
That's hard to say. 40 is a lot
And
of
single digits. Huh.
Single digits is tough. 40 is a lot. And I'm thinking of across the league right now, like who actually balled out? Nobody really balled out like that.
Huh. Woo-hoo.
No.
Yeah, I've got 3 of these for sure correct. And I don't know the 4th, but I'm going to write down the 4th.
Well, that wouldn't make sense.
It's a guess. It's a shot in the dark. What can I say?
Let me think for like a little longer here. And I think a little longer, is that
This
crazy?
is an essay question. You get some extra time.
Yes, I'm saying. Like, I got...
Tina, what would you think the answer would be?
I
It's a 2-sided conversation right now, and you're not adding to it.
Oh
so
my
do you have any
gosh.
ideas?
All right, screw you, man. All right, I'm trying to work on something here. I'm thinking about teams that are good, teams that are bad, teams that overperformed. Man, this is tough. I don't want you to win.
Pen to paper, my dude.
All right, can I just write? Okay, I'll write.
We're tied right now, right? Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just write 2 down while I still have time. And 40. That's a lot of points.
All right.
All right, let me just put a team.
This is just embarrassing.
Anything.
I give up. I couldn't even.
I went with the Bills, the Chargers, and the Lions. I know those three are definitely correct. And put Jaguars as my fourth team. Theo went with the Bills. What does that say?
It says Lions.
The Panchins?
It looks like the Pacers.
It says Packers. Chargers and the Bills are the ones I knew. The Packers are probably wrong.
Who were the four teams, single digits and 40 plus?
Single digits. Chargers and Lions.
Yeah.
Chargers and Lions. Okay.
40, Bills and 49ers.
49ers. Damn, McCaffrey was in that end zone. You got 3 of them things?
You got 3 points, C-Cat?
I got 3 points. Theo got 2. Advantage me.
Advantage Cat. He wins this round of Monday midterms.
Not bad for both of you going to a game.
I know.
And traveling.
That's what I'm saying. I missed so much of this. I forgot about the Niners even playing. And they played against the Cardinals, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Brock Purdy returned.
He did. And they scored a lot of points. Midday midterms brought to you by Kaiser University.
You're absolutely wrong. It's Safebound Moving and Storage.
Really?
Yeah. When you skip breaks, things happen, man. I accidentally wrote down something that was incorrect on the sheet, too.
You are safe with Safebound, by the way.
Really?
I want you to know that.
Thank you.
And when you are thinking about picking up and moving and leaving and going to another city, first off, if you're in South Florida, don't leave. We love you here. But if you have to go, Safebound Moving and Storage is the place to go with. SafeboundMoving.com. That is the route. SafeboundMoving.com. They have Safebound Luxury. They also conveniently are able to move you whether you're going in the state, out of the state, or within state lines. Safebound Moving and Storage, a family-owned company with expert movers, and they're based in West Palm Beach. It does not get better than that. Check them out at SafeboundMoving.com. They are South Florida's most trusted moving company, and we have seen it in action. My own sister moved from South Florida to Georgia via Safebound Moving. SafeboundMoving.com. Check in with them. 5-star customer service you can rely on, and they have you covered all within the Sunshine State. All right, C-Cat, let's get to break. On the other side, we have the Safebound Get Around. That is Tina, that's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Banyan Printing. For 47 years, the trusted partner for all your printing, mailing, and signage needs. And 2025 just brought something big to Banyan. Introducing Banyan's new press. Bigger, faster, and more competitively priced than anything you'll find anywhere in the Palm Beaches. Think variable data postcards, bulk mailings, and high-quality print on stocks up to a 24-point board. Banyan Printing. Visit banyanonline.com and discover how your business's printing materials can get bigger and better.
It's the inaugural Boston Common Golf Tea Party presented by Comcast Business. Happening November 21st inside the SoFi Center. Niall Horan and Noah Khan are swapping guitars for golf clubs, going head-to-head in a thrilling 9-hole TGL-style match. And joining the action, the internet sensations from Good Golf, Garrett Clark, Matt Scharf, Sean Walsh, and Brad Dahlke, who are redefining how golf is experienced and enjoyed. Everyone's mic'd up so you'll catch every laugh, every shot, every moment. Plus, your hosts, Bubby and Mo. They keep the good times rolling with live entertainment, skills challenges, and interactive fan experiences all night long. It's golf like you've never seen it before. High energy, music-filled, and made for fans of all ages. Be part of history with Boston Common Golf and TGL. November 21st at 7 p.m. at the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. Tickets on sale now at BostonCommonGolf.com/TEE Party. That's BostonCommonGolf.com/Tea Party. Don't miss the Tea Party of the year.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
Colin, have you checked out Vitacost Sport Certified Marketplace?
Vitacost? I love Vitacost!
Right? It's a full online sports marketplace. Over 500 performance products from trusted brands like Vega, Thorne, Vital Proteins, and Muscle Milk, all free from banned substances.
So no guessing, no label scrubbing, just clean fuel to train harder and recover smarter.
You got it. And don't forget, save 20% with code ESPN20 at sportcertified.com.
Fuel clean, train smarter. Try Sports Certified by my Buddy costs today.
This is the Inter Miami save of the game.
Mukhtar denied by Rocco Rios Novo. Sprawling to his right to punch it over the crossbar. It was nearly 2-0 Nashville. Well, that ball took a massive hop. Mukhtar right outside the upper right. Put a right foot into it, and Rios Novo equal to the task. What a save.
Brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet, home of Inter Miami, Miami Heat, and the Miami Dolphins. Catch all the action and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 1063. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. Wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo and Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's jzollo.com.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
And we are moving on our favorite vehicle, that is the Safebound Get Around. So why wait? We can get to our next stop.
Next stop,
we are going to Madrid, Spain.
Madrid.
In overtime, the Dolphins got the win over the Commanders. Look out, folks. They are streaking, if I do say so myself. Dolphins get the win. Overtime, it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it sure did get the job done. Tua Tagovailoa. You might remember him as the quarterback of the Dolphins. Well, hopefully that sticks around for quite some time because he's had some concussions through the days, if I'm not mistaken. I used that word twice. Here's what Tua had to say about other places he would want to play outside the U.S.
Hawaii. So the United States again, but just go play in Hawaii. I think that'd be pretty cool. But in Europe, shoot, it'd be pretty cool to go play in Jerusalem. I don't know. That'd be sick.
0 for 2 on possible international destinations for the NFL to play next.
That was bad.
Tua Tagovailoa means well, man.
Yeah, he does.
He's a nice guy.
He is, man. He just look, man. He don't get paid to know world geography. He get paid to throw that damn football, and sometimes he don't even do that well. Sometimes he goes 0 for 2 in that as well. You know what? It's on par for what you expect from a Tua performance, but damn it, they got out of there with a win. And whether they're taking their draft stock or whether they're pushing their way into the playoffs, I do think that the Dolphins are not necessarily must-see TV, but I am going to be tuned in actively to see how this thing goes because one thing I learned from that, they're playing hard for Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, they sure are.
They care.
Tina, where do you want to see an NFL football game be played next?
In Europe? Maybe South Africa?
I think on another planet.
I don't know. I don't care.
Egypt.
Have it on the moon.
I really don't care.
Okay.
You don't care where they're playing?
I don't care where they play.
She's like, I ain't gonna watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Play it on the moon.
Just play football.
Let's go to Boston, where it was Kids Day. So in the press conference of the Boston Celtics, a young fan / future journalist maybe, asked Joe Mazzulla this question and take a listen to the answer.
It's Kids Day here at the Garden. How do you balance pushing players to improve while also keeping the game fun for them?
I struggle with that, to be honest with you. I think everyone has a different definition of fun, and you have to find one as a team. And, I think fun's a cop-out sometimes when things aren't going well. Everybody likes to say, well, let's just have fun. And it's like, well, what does that mean, And so, I think you have to define what fun looks like as a team. And then you kind of have to go after that. But, that phrase can be a cop-out sometimes. So as you get older, kids, don't use it, It's like, I just want to have fun. It's like, well, what does that mean? So, you just got to define that. It's a good question. I struggle with that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Why did he be so serious?
Midway through, he forgot he was talking to a kid.
Yeah.
That was a bad question. These are professional athletes. It's not important that they have fun. If they're having fun and losing, they're not doing their job.
It's a kid, man.
Get his credential revoked. I don't want to see him in a press conference ever again. His career is over before it began.
He might not. The kid's going to go home and have, depression after that.
I can never have fun again.
Joe Mazzulla is my favorite coach in the NBA.
He's
I recognize Spo, especially living down here. You really, truly understand Eric Spoelstra as the best coach in the NBA. But my favorite, I love Joe Mazzulla.
Heat Knicks, I'll be there tonight to watch the best coach in the NBA. And you're right. He's the best behind the microphone, Joe Mazzulla is.
Hilarious. He's
hilarious.
A lunatic.
Doesn't care about anything.
And one more.
Next stop.
Going to Miami Gardens.
Nice.
Where those Hurricanes, they just did their job.
Bailey picked off in stride. Coming back the other way, Jacoby Thomas looked at his wrist, said, I got time today.
Yeah, Mark.
They had time today,
yeah,
and we don't. Give me one sentence of the Miami Hurricanes.
They will be in the 12-team playoff.
Woo.
Nice. That was a safe bound get around. More theoretic speaking on the other side. That's CCAT, that's Tina, I'm Theo.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today, kick off your game day comfort, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. Santa has arrived and is available for photos during all mall hours now through December 24th. Make a reservation today at whereissanta.com. Don't forget to swing by the Kids Corner Holiday Shop to let the kiddos pick out gifts for their favorite people. All proceeds benefit the Arc of Palm Beach County. For your shopping convenience, the Gardens Mall will be extending their hours during the holiday season. Visit thegardensmall.com for the full schedule.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Hey, when is TGL coming back, man?
Pretty soon.
Trying to get active.
Next month. But we're getting ready for it with an unforgettable night in Palm Beach Gardens this week. Friday, November 21st, it's the inaugural Boston Common Golf Tea Party presented by Comcast Business. It's inside the SoFi Center, you know where TGL takes place. It's no ordinary golf event. World-famous singer-songwriters Niall Horan and Noah Khan, they're ambassadors for Boston Common Golf. They're going head-to-head in a 9-hole TGL-style match. But that's not all. The fellows from Good Golf will be there. They're changing how you enjoy golf, and they will be at TGL's arena, the SoFi Center, for the inaugural Boston Common Golf Tea Party this Friday, November 21st. Golf like you've never seen it before. Fun, fast, full of surprises. You got to be there. You can buy your tickets at this website, BostonCommonGolf.com/Tea Party. That is BostonCommonGolf.com/TEEPARTY. Tea Party spelled the golf way.
Wow.
Make sure you're there. We sure will be.
Heat Knicks tonight at the crib at Kaseya. I'll be there.
Nice.
So that'll be a fun one. Trying to make sure we don't fall to 500. Get a big win. And I think Jalen Brunson's still questionable, so we'll see what that goes with. That's C-Cat. That's Tina. Go in love. Go in peace. Go enjoy.
Download the ESPN South Florida app today and get the latest on local shows like Theoretically Speaking and Russo and Rizzo. Get some ESPN podcasts or get the high school sports updates in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers? It's on the app. Wasn't able to find the score of the West Boca High School football game? It's on the app. Want to catch the Inter Miami live broadcast? You guessed it. It's on the app. Go download the ESPN South Florida app today and get your fix on all things sports right here in Palm Beach County.
Not